Black Power. Black Power. Assalamu alaikum. Hotel. Free the land. Black laws for all Black people. One God. One God. Hey, excuse me. Brother. Excuse me. Record, brother. Record. There's so much. Yeah, they ease up sometimes. We're working. It's when you're raising the dead all over the country. You have to be patient. Yes, sir. But we're gonna get with something special tonight. So let's try this again. Power, Black Power. Assalamu alaikum. How you style? Oh, to the Moors, Islam, and Republic of New Africa and others, free the land. And we say to the Garveyites, and we're Garveyites, one God, one God, one aim, one destiny, And in the spirit of Malcolm X, we say, by any means, by any means. That's it, sir. Dear sisters and brothers in New York City, give yourself a black hand. Come on, big man. We are happy to be here on this celebration of the life of Minister Malcolm X. Here on May 19th at the Alhambra Ballroom, and it's good to see your smile. Come on, big man, stand right here. I need a man this big. Y'all know, y'all seen this man around town. I want to hear from him also. And so, let him hold it. Okay, so just a few words for a few moments because we're going to have us a fireside chat here in New York and with persons around the country. Bear with us because as an organization and as a movement, just like our people, we are a work in progress. We are a work in progress. And so as your host for this event, I'm going to exhibit strength, but I'm going to exhibit patience because I love my people. So I have to be patient. She talked about my spiritual father, the man who we come here to honor and man who you Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Let's give him a hand. We come in the spirit of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Let's give him a hand. We give honor to the messenger of Allah, to the Black man and the Black woman of America, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Let's give him a black hand. We of course we come to talk about Malcolm. You know, Malcolm's dead. There's only a few or one or two of us in the Black nation or the Black community that don't like Malcolm X. I mean, that might be 1 out of 1,000, but there are a few out there like that. But we honor Minister Malcolm X because Minister Malcolm X is, to a great degree, the father of the Black Panther movement and the father of the militant Black self-defense movement now. That radical student of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that's one with the Garvey blood running through his veins, Minister Malcolm X. Well, he's the inspiration behind Stokely Carmichael, who we know as Kwame Ture. He's Stokely's inspiration. Minister Malcolm X is Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale and the original Black Panther Party. Malcolm X is their inspiration. Malcolm X is the man that taught self-defense and taught that self-defense doctrine that later the Black Panther Party put into an organizational reality. That's Malcolm's effect on that Panther Party. Okay. Malcolm affected Maulana Karinga and the US organization and all that you know about Kawahida and the 7 principles and Kwanzaa. That's Malcolm. John Henry Clark, who we love very much. We honor them. But there would not be a John Henry Clark in the way that we know John Henry Clark without the man that he loved, Minister Malcolm X, Attorney Chokwe Lumumba, great freedom fighter attorney from Mississippi, one of my mentors. That's another product of Minister Malcolm X, Chokwe Lumumba. Another great. He's gone on to the ancestors, but we got to remember him because we're going to talk about reparations tonight. And we have to honor who? And Mario Battelli, the great founder of the Republic of New Africa. But you get Mario Battelli, you don't get the honorable and Mario Battelli unless you come by Malcolm, because Malcolm influenced him in Mario Battelli. He's Louis Farrakhan. Yes, he's the national spokesman for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But look at his films from the 1960s. Who was he standing behind? Minister Malcolm X. Who is he even in his own speeches, in his own writings, in his own doctrine, said that he taught and studied under a man who he had never heard speak or teach like that ever in his life. So says Louis Farrakhan. That man is Minister Malcolm X. In this day and time, you got to turn all that noise on.
Brother Malik, unmute, please. Unmute. Deshaun Farad, please unmute. We can't hear. Please unmute your microphone. Deshaun, please unmute your microphone.
He ain't even heard. They ain't even heard it. Okay.
We only missed like 30 seconds. That's it. 30 seconds. You could back up for 30 seconds.
Heard the beginning.
30 seconds. That's it.
Y'all work with me. Y'all work with me because I gotta go. I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to cities all around the country and all around the world. This is a live next day. I call it a strategy session. This is not just a talk. This is going to be a strategy session. You're going to participate in it, and every Black Panther chapter and every organization that's watching around the world, they're going to benefit from this conversation and this interaction. That's why we went through to set this up. Okay, so what we're trying to tell you today, and we don't make no bones about it. Hey, on this day and on many days, Malcolm X is the man. Our leader, Khalid Abdul Muhammad, is another product, in a sense, of Minister Malcolm X. My leader and my mentor, my captain and my trainer was a modern Malcolm X. And he told you at many points in times, even in 1993, when he went through what Malcolm went through, what did he say? He said 30 years ago in 1993. He said 30 years ago when Malcolm fell into trouble for making comments about John the Fox Kennedy, and he was suspended. And 30 years later, Khalid Abdul Muhammad would tell us 30 years later as he walked that path. And so we know about a militant Black nationalist in the Nation of Islam, like Malcolm X. We know him personally because we walked with one of the baddest Black men that has ever existed on the 196,940,000 square miles of the planet, Khalid Muhammad. Muhammad in this end is our mentor, and he's our father, and his dedication and his strength is the reason why we're standing today. There's some who are hot that I'm in this city today. They're hot that I've come back to this city today, and they're hot that I come back under the name of the Black Panther and the Black Panther movement. They're hot. But don't get hot with me. You get hot with my father, because I don't know anything about Black Panther or standing like this until I met a mentor and a Black man who found me on the campus of Howard University, and he taught me. He took me through experiences that are equivalent to a baptism, trial by fire, trial by persecution, trial by rejection, and he forged me to the degree that I'm still here standing. But I had a tough captain. They just told me. We might have to get some other seats here. Whatever, Farad, get some other seats, Farad, and just at least get some seats, Black man. Fill in the seats here. Brothers and sisters around the country. We're right here in New York, and they're packing in because we got something special here tonight. So let me stop there on Malcolm, Khalid, and the greatness of Malcolm. And why we're here because of Khalid Muhammad. Blame this on Khalid Muhammad. What we're doing and what we're saying and what we're announcing and what we're doing around this country, blame it on Dr. Khalid Muhammad. But I would say you should thank him. Thank him for finding me. Thank him for finding Hashim and Zing. Thank him for finding Akbar. Thank Dr. Khalid for finding you. And those who are in this audience around the country, give thanks that we met a bold, bald-headed Black man. A brilliant Black man. Sacrificing Black people. From the days of the million youth march here on these streets, one who ran Giuliani back into the foxhole, stood toe to toe with that cracker in this city. No Black man has stood toe to toe with that cracker in this city, Giuliani in this city like that man. And so we keep on going. So let me say something to that. I gotta give some, ma'am. Okay. We're getting ready to talk about it. There is hope. Before we get started, we have not just come here to look back. Right. We have come here to reflect on the past, but we are here in the presence to get this job done. We have not come to throw our hands up. Let me stop here for those that are watching. Remember, we on the international broadcast. Earlier today, Black Panther movement from Burkina Faso was on earlier today. You can find us on our Facebook page, Black Panther Movement on Facebook, Black Panther Party Movement. When you go on Black Panther Party Movement, you'll see earlier today, we have a representative from Burkina Faso that represented today from our offices in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. Yes, Brother Watara Hayoba was on today because we are in Burkina Faso. We have this movement that I represent here and to establish in New York has literal offices in the capital of Burkina Faso. Right. We have relations with that great leader, that bold leader that has inspired us all, that one who is the leader of the Alliance of Sahel states and is the strongest leader in Africa. We also have the authority today to tell you that we bring you greetings from President Captain Ibrahim Traore, the leader of Burkina Faso. Oh, wait. So we have that authority here today. We have the backing and the support of government of Burkina Faso, from the embassies of Burkina Faso, and Brother Bazier, the ministers and the top lead in the Sahel. And we have sent a delegation. A little over 9 months ago, we sent a 15-person delegation into Burkina Faso on fact-finding mission. And I must let you know that we are connected in real terms, real land terms, real diplomatic terms with the nation of Burkina Faso and the Sahel states. It's not symbolic talk. We are hooked in with them. We are hooked in. We have plans with them and we're standing with them despite whatever happens to come against him. That'll be enough right now, Brother Farrar. That'll be enough of what you got. Bringing some extra seats in, which is a good sign. Let's give him a black hand. How many of you, just so we make sure we're not talking over nobody's head, how many of you know who Captain President Ibrahim Traore is? Raise your hand high. That's good. Ain't hardly but a few. If you don't know, you ask, brother. It's all right. You want to know who he is. He's the strongest leader in Africa. He's one of the youngest leaders in Africa. They have stood up and took back independence in Burkina Faso, and they have given the French colonialists, the French imperialists, they've given them the food right out of Burkina Faso. But not only in Burkina Faso, it's in Mali. Not only in Burkina Faso and Mali, it's in Niger. President Abdul Tijani and Goita and others. These are the three strongest leaders in Africa. And what they're establishing in terms of independence for Black people and what they call the French-speaking world is a model. But it is not to be romanticized. They are under attack by alleged jihadists, which is probably backed by the CIA and others. We want to let you know, and we have the authority to tell you that the Sahel, the revolution and the liberation struggle in the Sahel states moves forward, and that we are a key part of it right here in America. We are the friends of President Ibrahim Traore. And so they came on earlier today from Burkina Faso. You go back and watch. They spoke from our offices and our headquarters at the African American Academy in Ouagadougou, the head of the capital of Burkina Faso. There's an African American Academy headed by a brilliant Black woman who's also an American citizen and a citizen of Cameroon. Her name is Yokini Chameni. Kamakini Chameni. And well, why is she significant? Well, she opened up her big, nice academy and gave us a nice office to operate as our diplomatic offices there. But what else do we need to know? And those who are around the country who've heard the broadcast, what must we be clear on? That her husband, DJ Chameni, who was in nearby Cameroon in the last election, last take captive and taken political prisoner in Cameroon. A war report. We said this is a war report. So I got to hit you with some tough reports. Then we're going to get into what we're going to do about it. This is a national and international war report. We've been all over the country and the world, and we're going to give you the inside scoop about what's going on. And then we got a plan of action, okay? And this man here, how many know Brother Hawk Newsom, one of the coldest activists here in this city? He's a big part of it. So let me drop. So he dropped, and we're gonna open up. Okay, so I want you to know that we are supporting the freedom of DJ Chameni, who was taken captive by the Cameroon government. They have captured him for being a member of the opposition party because the government is heavy neo-colonial, and there's a battle right now in Africa where people who want real freedom, like Traore and others, they want it in other countries, but at the top in other countries like Cameroon and Benin, you got, as Khalid Muhammad said, you got some Uncle Tom. Or y'all prefer Sambo, since y'all going light on Uncle Tom these days. And Negroes pop online and you know, Uncle Tom was a good guy. Uncle Tom was a good guy. Well, I didn't hear Malcolm say that Uncle Tom was a good guy. We'll get back to that. But whichever one you want, we got some enemies in blackface in Africa, and their time has come, but they're fighting back and persecuting people. So we say, free DJ Chameni. Free DJ Chameni. Free DJ Tremaine. Okay, let's talk about another man taken captive right now. He's a former new Black Panther Party under my leadership at that time. He's one of the strongest freedom fighters in the French-speaking world. He works out of Benin. He's been banned from France. Now he's held captive in South Africa. His name is Kemi Seba. Yes. Brother Kemi Seba. Look him up. Kemiseba. Brother, I think he's maybe 46 years old. He has a huge following in the French-speaking world. He has an organization now called Pan-African Emergencies, and they were fighting Uncle Toms and Sambos in Benin, and he had to escape to South Africa, and now they took him captive in South Africa because Benin wants to drag him back to Benin to imprison our brother. So I want you to remember this, because on the 22nd, this Friday, he has to go to court in South Africa on the charge of overstaying his visa. But his attorneys are saying he deserves political asylum. And I damn sure believe that Kemi Seba is worthy of political asylum. Right. So that's another case we're on right now. We cannot let them take our brother down. So we also here to say, free Kemi Seba. Free Kemi Seba. Look him up. If you don't know him, get to know him. He's one of the strongest in the world. And guess what? He's a student of Khalid Abdul Muhammad. He's an student of Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Okay? Earlier today, we heard from Brother Ramzu in Egypt, the honorary prime minister of this Black Panther movement. We have a man right now on the banks of the Nile, building right now. He's one of the strongest self-determination, human rights, freedom fighters for what we call Afrodescendants. Brother Ramzu Yunus. Ramzu came on earlier from Egypt. We had from South Africa, who was also a Black Panther, and he's a leading soldier for the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania, Brother Chris Sankara. We're in South Africa. We're in Egypt. We heard earlier today from our ally. He's not a Panther, but he's damn sure a cold ally. He's the envoy for Afro-descendants. I'm talking about Sifiwe Baleka. He was on earlier talking about the United Nations voting earlier, all on our early broadcast. What am I saying to you? This ain't some local yokel around the block movement. This is Pan-Africanism. This is a worldwide movement here that you're a part of. We are the representative. We're here planting the seed in New York. But after we say what we got to say today, we want the Panther Party to spread like wildfire across New York. That's right. We want it to spread like wildfire because we believe that we have to have a party for our people as strong as the white man has a party for his people. The white man has the maggot movement, MAGA movement, and whether we like him or not, they got them a strong leader. The most wicked, he might be the most wicked leader, but damn it, you don't say weak when you mention his name, and that's goddamn Donald Trump. And our fundamental proposition, the reason why we're here is that Black people need a movement. Black people need a party. Our people need a movement as strong as what the white man has operating from them. You got a few choices out here. You got the Democratic Party, you got the Republican MAGA Party, and we're here to say, oh, you got the Panther Party. You ain't got the three choices out here. You got the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, or we're going to have to form a Panther Party on a mass level. Right? Because we believe that there is a Panther inside of every Black man or woman that wants to be free. There's some kind of Panther inside of you, no matter how you dress, no matter how you come in here. If you want liberation, You got some Panther in you. If you got something stronger, tell me what it is right now. Huh? So we operating off a broad theory. We say that there's a Black Panther in every household, that we can find a Black Panther in every household. If there's a lawyer, he's the head of Black Lawyers for Justice. He's whatever from Howard University. He's a Black Panther. If he's a Sunni Muslim, lifetime also Nation of Islam minister or imam, he speaks from the Arabic perspective, but there's a Panther inside of him. Huh? He don't know it yet, but I done already seen it. Leader of Black Lives Matter. He's one of the best Panthers out here. I mean, this man is fearless. And there's a Panther out there for you. There's a mass, our argument is that the Panther Party can be a mass party for our people, okay? And it will serve the needs of our people. Aren't you tired of the Democratic Party? Huh? Are you satisfied with the Democratic Party? Are you a closet Donald Trump follower? Are you a MAGA coon up in here? Coon. You know, there's still one or two MAGA coons left out there. Talking about they love Donald Trump, huh? You know? Sisters and brothers, look. I got news for you. The white man has changed. America has changed. America has changed and the white man has changed. The white man has gotten worse and America has gotten worse. They changed, all right. It ain't got them worse. And if they have gotten more extreme and they have moved to a harder position, we gotta be hard. They're taking their change. As I bring this to the next speaker, they are opening this up. They have changed. The white man has changed. Look at it now. You had some voting rights. They gave you a pebble of justice called majority minority districts, where you were allowed to shape a congressional district where there would be a Black majority, so they couldn't continue cheating us out of congressional representation and state representation. So they had the districts. German. Yeah, well, they call it that. They had the districts. They had the districts configured lawfully now, where you would have a Black, where you were guaranteed to at least have a Black majority district where you could be guaranteed to get you a congressional Black caucus member or representative that would stand up for you on a national and a state level. And guess what? They've come along right now after all of that waiting, all of that praying in, all of them water hoses, all of what we used to brag about. We done got the right to vote. We done got the right to vote. We died for the right to vote. You right to vote, and you get right here in 2026. And what do? Right from the Supreme Court, taking it back right in front of your face. America has changed. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. And you all know that it's a damn shame that from the Supreme Court bench, leading the pack, the head dog in charge, a Black barking dog at the Supreme Court door. Oh, no good Clarence Thomas, a true Sambo of our time. One of the worst traitors in the history of the Black nation, one of the worst traitors of his own race of all time, Uncle Tom Sambo Clarence Thomas. Believe it or not, I met with this Negro many years ago. I met with this Negro when my stepfather was getting sworn into the Supreme Court, and I was just took my bar exam, and had an encounter with this Negro in the lobby of the swearing in ceremony for my stepfather. And, I'm strong, just like I am, but just raw. So as soon as I saw him, I said, the ancestors. Straight up to him, Clarence Thomas. I said, the ancestors. They are very, very disappointed in what you're doing. They're very unhappy in what you're doing, Clarence Thomas. I mean, and he was struck. He didn't believe that I'm in the Supreme Court talking to him like that. As God is my witness, I wouldn't lie to you. He took me up to his office. Okay, this young Howard student, law school militant, Malik Zulu Shabazz. I'm one-on-one with this Negro in his office. And it was so damn sad. He was in the office. He had these pictures all over, trying to prove little old me that he was still Black. He broke out with the pictures and started saying his son was Jamal and started showing me sharecropping pictures and all of this. I mean, it was pitiful. It was pitiful. I didn't have the wisdom at that time to argue with his decisions, except to tell him that they were wrong. And I knew I was right on that he was wrong, because he's still wrong. This Negro votes for Donald Trump on the Supreme Court every day. But it was truly sad of this Negro, of how this Negro has done us. He's leading the pack. They're taking everything from us, and we got to fight. They're taking everything from us, and we got to fight back. In truth, we're not fighting for voting rights act. We're tired of begging white people. We would rather have full and complete reparations and give us what you owe us, and we don't have to beg you for nothing. We ain't got to beg you for nothing. I bring you greetings from the Honorable Silas Muhammad, as I serve as his conductor for his National Reparations Movement in the Afro-descendant nation. Can you say Afro-descendant nation? Afro-descendant. We here in the Black Panther Party Movement, Black Lawyers for Justice, all of us, we are also in the Afro-descendant nation. We want you to keep that name and remember the name of the Honorable Silas Muhammad, because he is a student of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he's held alive on reparations for years and years. And they just came back. War report. The leaders of the Afro-descendant nation just came back from Geneva, and they made great progress over these years. Well, how do you know, Attorney Shabazz, that this Afro-descendant cause is making progress? Study Ibrahim Traore. Study what's my sister, Dr. Arakana. Talk to me. Some of y'all know Dr. Arakana. When Dr. Arakana took that large delegation again to Burkina Faso, what was the government saying? The government talking about your plight in the West. The government of Burkina Faso recognizes Afro-descendants and that cause. They recognize in Africa that they too had a hand in getting us over here. Yeah. And yes, they did. And are starting to at least admit that. All right. Okay. So again, things are changing. They're getting worse now. Let's talk. Let's cover a couple more points. Let's look at it. Cuba. Yeah. Do you care about Cuba? Yes. Do you care about Cuba? Yeah. Greetings to all the Black Panther chapters out there who are watching. Greetings to John Kemet Shabazz in West Virginia. Greetings to National Reparations League, Rashad Singleton down there in Alabama. Greetings to every one of the Black Panther movement leaders around this country. Let's come back here. Iran, Cuba, Venezuela. Now here is where Donald Trump have met his match. Because through the power of the U.S. military, through the power of what they call gunboat diplomacy, through the power of the missile, through the power of the F-35, superior aircraft, superior missiles and missiles training, he figured that he would dominate the world through military force and through military flexion. He gonna force every inferior opponent to shake and tremble at America and make a deal. He's driving, yes, he just move his military army around and conduct his wickedness, that every knee would bow to him, that every tongue would confess to him. Matter of fact, this cracker put a meme out comparing himself to Jesus. Only he had it wrong. You're not the Christ, you're the Antichrist. You're not the God, you're the devil. Right? Not a devil, but the devil. Oh, but he stuck his, oh, but if Malcolm X was here, he would tell you that he done stuck his foot in the trap. Yeah. Old Donald Trump. He went down there and grabbed Maduro in the middle of the night and dragged Maduro out of his spot and brought him back to America. Dragged the head of a sovereign nation through military operations and dragged Maduro back to America and put him on trial. Accused him of selling dope. Nobody sells more dope than the United States government of America. Black power, black power, black power. Look, I ain't got but one life to live. Might as well go for it. So he got his chest pumped up now. He's threatening Cuba and going in Iran. Figuring when he toppled Iran, Cuba would throw up the white flag. But he made a mistake when he went into Iran. He made a mistake when he went. What was he doing when he went into Iran? First thing he was doing, pardon me, ladies. But this is a political term. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Pardon me, I don't know no other way to put it. But first thing he was doing was being a prostitute for Benjamin Netanyahu. That's what he was doing. He's doing the work of so-called Israel in launching this Iran war. Why is Netanyahu in the war room of the White House? Why, when they're making war plans, is Netanyahu at the head of the damn table? And the other joint in the American military is studying Netanyahu running the math inside of the White House. Who really runs Washington? Runs this government? Is the capital of America run out of Washington, or is it run by a cabal in Tel Aviv? And so this little beast, Netanyahu, this little bat-eared beast, how big his ears are. I said, damn. Look, man, it's a lot of wickedness in the world. And Netanyahu is one of the most wicked men in the world. Kills children. He kills women. He kills babies. Kills without impunity. That's why you know the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad are correct. Right? No remorse in his killing. And here comes Donald Trump. After all the precedent has been set, he came out and said he wasn't going to start wars. He was going to keep America out of wars. He wasn't in the nation building. Well, how does he become a whore for Benjamin Netanyahu? So here he's out here whoring and got his whole million. Now he out here spending $1 billion a day on the corner. $1 billion a day. They say, they got there, they said, we hit them hard in 48 hours. They'll capitulate. We know where their leaders are. We kill their leadership. They'll capitulate. They'll cut and make a deal. Oh, but the Quran says they plan and Allah plans. And Allah is the best of plans. That's right. Oh, it was painful. They killed the Ayatollah. They killed the leader of Shia Islam in the world. That is a grave offense to kill the leader of Shia Islam. That goes against all norms. Even in World War II and Hitler, you never saw them assassinating the heads of state of other government, but he's taking on Netanyahu's tactics. Now, they say, well, if we killed Ayatollah, their hearts would be broken. But they underestimated the system. They underestimated the resilience of a people that have had a civilization for thousands and thousands of years. And so, killing the Ayatollah, killing at least 40 of their top leaders and men have had no effect on them capitulating in this war. Donald Trump forgot the lesson of Vietnam. No matter how many bombs you drop, if there's a people that are determined enough to stand up for freedom, they're willing to give their lives over and over again and take life, and they will not bow down. These are real Muslims. All the rest of them are not Muslims. They are not Muslims in Qatar. They are not Muslims in Saudi Arabia. They are not Muslims in the United Arab Emirates. These are Wahhabi Uncle Tom imposter Muslims. The real Muslims are in the Republic of Iran. And they have trapped him. They have drawn him into a trap. Now he cannot get out. His poll numbers are slipping. His economy is slipping. All of his advisors are saying, no, don't go back in it. Don't, get out. He's trying to get out every day. And on the other end, the Iranians are saying something I don't even want to say. Blank you. And they got him trapped. Like in Vietnam, he had not won the war in Iran. And damn it, by Iran not losing, they're winning. By Iran not losing, they're winning. Just like in Vietnam. Right? Sisters and brothers, man, I ain't taught in a while. I could go 3 or 4 hours. But I'm trying to do this. Yes. So we can hear from Brother Hawk News. Let me say this. Let me tell you where we're going with this, okay? In specific, we see these problems. We see the police problem. It's a heavy police problem. We acknowledge the ICE problem. We're anti-ICE. A pig is a pig is a pig is a pig, okay? We're not running around here saying our borders, these are our borders, and we got to get them out because these are our borders, What are you talking about, FBA? What do you mean our borders? How were these borders established? Who are they taken from? You mean you're going to acknowledge a border that was taken from the Red Indian and the indigenous people were slaughtered to make a border? Now you're going to run down to the border with your Border Patrol uniform on, and you with Donald Trump, you're going to be with your binoculars at the border like a barking black dog at some damn border? That's how these Negroes are. They at the border with the binoculars on, saying, yeah, boss. All right, what do we offer? We're saying that the Panther Party is a solution. We're saying not the narrow Panther Party, not a small Panther Party, not just a few Black Panthers that you can identify with. We are saying that the Panther Party can be a party for the masses. A party for you, brother. You right with your red Adidas sweatsuit on. You a Black Panther. Party for you, queens with your African dresses on. Brother, come as you are. We have to have a mass party where Black people can feel comfortable with and they can be strong with. And this is a party that represents us. Right. Inside of this mass party, this past party is like an umbrella. It's like an umbrella. But underneath that umbrella, it's got several core parts. We've said we're going after the gangs. We call a lot of flack for saying that right now in areas across the country that we are going for the gang members. We're going for the Pyrus, going for the Brims, going for what they used to call Blackstone Rangers, the El Rukers. We're going for building relations with the OGs from what they call Vice Lord, going and building relations with who they call the gangster disciples. Used to be black disciples, black gangsters, black gangster disciples, all of the followers of Brother Larry Hoover. We're talking with them now. That's right. We're talking with the followers. That's right. We're talking with who? The disciples of Raymond Washington, Tukey Williams, the original Crip founders, East Side Crips, West Side Crip, Tukey Williams, and now split into 300-400 Crip sets. And you know what the Crips are saying today? They're saying we had enough of it. The Crips are saying that they Crips so long enough, but they seen enough prison, enough death, and enough destruction, and they looking for another way. Even the Crips right now, yes they are. The Crips are saying that we lost it when we lost Bunchy Carr, that when we lost the Los Angeles Panthers, that at the beginning when the gang started in '69 and they lost the influence of Bunchy and the Panthers is when they got into heavy cripping and bullying and killing their own people. But even the Crips are saying, man, we missed the chance. All the OG Crips are saying, Barefoot Pookie and all of them are saying, man, we missed it when we missed the link up with the Panthers. And so I want to say here to not only you, because there's plenty of Crips, and I'm sorry, I'm from Los Angeles, and unfortunately, y'all doing it out here. You come out here in New York City, they saying, I'm damn near in Brooklyn, they talking about I'm an in-hood Crip. I say, you what? Say neighborhood Crip, they got all Crips, blood, it's all out here. Who is it that can put the pieces, the genie back in the bottle? It's only the Black Panther, that's right, that can go and get that Crip, get that blood, get that Vice Lord, get that El Rukin, get that gangster disciple, get that hard gang member, and help train him up and make him a soldier. That's right. Help train him up and make him a soldier. Wake him up. Huh? Yeah. Wake him up. We don't want to, we understand there's certain risk involved in it. We understand we could be accused of collaborating with criminals, but the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say we believe in the resurrection of the dead. Go ahead. The teachings of Elijah Muhammad say we work with the ex-felon. We work with the ex-prisoner. That there's no black man or woman that's too low or have done enough bad for us not to work with. We have a National Department of Gang Intervention. I'm closing. We have a National Department of Gang Intervention. We're talking with the OGs. We're going after the gangs heavy. If we're able to establish ourselves in New York, a major work will be done here directly with the gangs, directly with the Crips and the Bloods, right out here in the streets. We have a National Department of Defense. I'm gonna come to bring Hawk Newsom on. We're gonna take questions. We have a National Department of Defense that we're developing. All around America, we have the best trainers, the best weapons trainers, the best defenders. Yes, we do. Right. To tell you right now, we have labored behind the scenes for some years. We have the best weapons trainers. We have the best field tacticians out there. And you are going to see a National Department of Defense and black men standing up capable of defending themselves everywhere. They have already started coming together and getting seriously organized in this hour. Some with armed defense, others like the original, some of the original Crip founders and others. Well, you see how big they were? You see how big Tukey Williams was? You see how Tukey Williams said he got with Raymond Washington because he was big and working out? Well, what happened to that? It's coming back. It's coming back. We have a National Department of Defense developing with training all the time, raising up an army around this country. We have a National Department of Gang Intervention going after these gang members. We have a National Department of Justice. I'm a part of it. Black Lawyers for Justice. We're going to teach our people legal rights and how to stand up and assert your rights to the police. Yes, we got lawyers on the team, legal team on the team, a Department of Justice, Department of Defense, a Department of Gang Intervention. And we have obviously a Pan-African department, and we got members all over the world. There's a lot more I can say, and I'll save it for the question and answer session. But I'm here to tell you that in the spirit of Malcolm X and what we have done before, that we're here to implement it now. We are here to do this right now. Hey, I could be doing something else, right? I'm an established attorney. I'm very well established, and I got my hands full here. Why am I doing this? Why am I back out here rolling and organizing? Because that's where my heart is. That's where my heart is. So I want to let you know. I want to let you know that if I put all that on the line to come back on this line and to organize grassroots style, then I'm in it to win it. But I ain't got nothing else to live for. Ain't got nothing else to live for but the complete liberation of my people. Now, hold on, now we're going to take care of some business, even though we're taking care of plenty of business right now. How you feeling? Great. All right. Okay, here's where we are right now in the program. First, I got one more announcement that I can't forget. Today was the day that we are to announce that we are beginning a National Reparations Sanctions Campaign. A National Reparations Sanctions Campaign. You know what sanctions are, right? Mm-hmm. You know what boycott is, right? Right. You saw what they did to Target, right? Yeah. Over DEI, right? Yeah. Are you more upset over reparations than DEI? I'm not knocking the DEI call. I'm just asking you, are you more upset about not getting your reparations than them taking away DEI? Okay, well, what we're saying today, and to everybody that's listening, Wells Fargo has some of our reparations. Aetna has some of our reparations. The Catholic Church and businesses that they're tied to have some of our reparations. What we're saying to you is that colleges in the South that are in states that are taking Black voting rights, these colleges also have ties to the slave trade. And what we're saying is we're going around in this city and other cities and those on the phone and we on the line, and we are building a National Reparations Sanctions Campaign. Right. And we're going to enforce this on the ground and the streets of communities across this nation. In specific, this Panther Party. You hear what I mean? Yes. You see what happened to Target when they just announced that they were boycotting Target? Yeah. Did you see their stocks go down? And did you even see them on the street that much? You really did. That's a sign. We give Pastor Jamal, can get that. We give Pastor Jamal Bryan a hand for that. That's right. But there were a lot of others. There were plenty of other grassroots ones. Some of them saying that it ain't off. They called it off, and others saying it ain't off. It ain't off. It ain't off. It ain't off. Right. Let me tell you this. We are launching, we want you to embrace right now the National Reparations Sanctions Campaign. How many of you are with Wells Fargo? Okay. All right. Look. Our website for this organization is blackpantherparty.net. Blackpantherparty.net. If you sign in, and if you're going to take a number I'm going to give you, we're going to give you the list of places that you got to pull out of. And when you pull out of them, we want the receipts. When we started against Wells Fargo before, we had them coming out the bank with their closed account receipts. And we're getting ready to amplify it. Meaning that unlike the Target blackout, we're going on the ground. The Panther Party, y'all listen, around this country is going to make its mark in the Black community by shutting down those that are responsible for the slave trade. They're going to be out in front of them businesses, shutting them down and recruiting Black people into the party. That's right. Power. That's Black power. Meaning that it's a Wells Fargo bank on Lenox, what they call Lenox, really Malcolm X, and 125th Street. Right. And in short order, you're going to see us out there shutting it down. And when you see us out there shutting it down, we want solidarity. Right on. Right. We say we want to shut it down. We want to what? Shut it down. We want what? Kind of action that you're going to get from the Black Panther Party movement is that kind of direct action on the street, punishing those that have ripped off and robbed us. And we're going to do this all over the country with other Black organizations that are listed. National Reparations League, Afrodescendant Nation. We're going to make our mark in the hood, on the streets, shutting it down. And while we out there shutting it down, we're going to find some Crips, find some Bloods, find some regular brothers and sisters like y'all who are going to see that these groups are about action. Right. Are you with this kind of action? Yes, sir. You with